You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Halcyon. Ransomware is still one of the largest threats facing businesses in 2023. The Halcyon platform was built to stop it through a multi-layered protection approach featuring full encryption key capture, automated decryption, and the ability to prevent other security tools on the endpoint from being unhooked. Learn more about how they're leveraging Capsule network-based machine learning to reduce ransomware recovery times down to minutes by visiting halcyon.ai.
Hello, my name is Slavik Markovich, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Descope. I was heavily into martial arts and martial art movies, and I wanted to be a martial arts instructor. It's kind of funny, but nothing related to technology at all, at least until I was like 10 or 12. So my parents got me my first Commodore, and I had neighbors going to the university that was in our city, and they taught me a bit of basic, and I got all the the manuals for that. And yeah, I started a bit programming with basics, then learning a bit about how computers are made. And that kind of decided it. So I guess from 10 years old, I kind of switched and said, okay, I want to be something with computers. That became a big part of my life. So in high school, I went to study electronics, and part of that was also a lot of computer classes, but also a lot of actual electronics and playing with resistors and capacitors and all of those. So it was pretty cool. I think the first kind of professional exposure to computers was in the Technion, which is a university in Israel, where I studied computer science. So that's kind of the I'd say formal education in computers. Before that, I was kind of playing around with stuff. And following that, I spent 6 years in the Israeli Defense Forces, also doing computer stuff, mostly managing a team for database administrators for large, backend architectures in the IDF. This is my third company. Prior to that, after leaving the army, I was part of a consulting firm. So I was a partner in a consulting firm and saw how databases were protected or lack of protections for databases. And so my first startup was actually trying to solve that. The startup was called Sentrigo, and it was database activity monitoring, which is very challenging from a technological perspective. It was very interesting for me to develop it, a lot of reversing of databases, a lot of low-level memory access. And then we sold that company to McAfee. Following that, this is where I met one of my co-founders, Rishi, who was on the buying side. And then we decided to leave McAfee, founded another company called Demisto, which was in security orchestration, automation and response, and sold that in 2019 to Palo Alto Networks for roughly $600 million. And after a few years in Palo Alto Networks, I felt that, hey, I'm ready to start something new. And this is where we started Descope. We really try to get to a decision via consensus. We're very, I'd say, open and completely non-hierarchical. So, a developer would shout at me and reject my pull request. And yeah, I have no problem with that. And so on the one hand, we're like very flat organization. Everybody has a say and we're really equal partners. On the other hand, I think we really stress the importance of responsibility. So if you kind of take something, you make sure to finish it and on time. If you promise to do something, you do that. And so that's really important for us. We really try to just have fun here in Descope. I guess to me, I have my own kind of rituals that let me unwind and relax. I like to run, workouts, things of that nature. But just to be clear, we are a lot of us are Israelis here in the company, and we really like to shout at one another, but that's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world, and eventually we get to a consensus. Be curious, be out there, talk with people. Probably half of it is just getting out there and being there. The other part is make sure to do what you love, which will help you quite a lot, because if you like what you're doing, you'll get better and eventually really good at it. So that's my advice. I really liked security from when I was a kid. Did a lot of reversing, did hacking, things of that nature, and ended up doing that for my career. So I cannot be happier.
CrowdSec's CTI distributes IP reputation intelligence, allowing SOC teams and security analysts to obtain highly curated data on intrusion attempts, origins, and trends. Sourced from a large network of real users from all over the world, operating a large variety of services and apps, CrowdSec's CTI provides actionable data and clear insight into cyber threats, allowing for a faster response as well as resource development and allocation. Find out more at crowdsec.net. Hello, listeners. We're always looking for ways to improve the CyberWire network to give you an intelligence-driven news experience that saves you time and keeps you in the know on the latest developments in cybersecurity. We'd like to hear your feedback in our 2023 audience survey. Complete this survey for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Visit thecyberwire.com/survey. That's thecyberwire.com/survey and share your feedback. Thanks.